Todd, isn't it exciting?
No.
Steven, isn't it exciting? Tomorrow's a launch day. Well, no, Saturday's launch day for us.
Tomorrow's not the launch day.
Saturday. I know. I got the day wrong. Not that it matters because by the time people watch this,
it's gonna be after the fact.
but I talk about shit in the present.
Okay.
It's the present.
Doesn't make sense
talk.
to the viewers, but
They need to know that we are recording on a Thursday, so we're talking about Saturday.
They need to live by my time, not
they're
their
probably
own.
listening this on
it's
Monday.
all about my reality.
But that's what you want to accept. You know what, Todd? I've had enough. I've had enough of your shenanigans for 1 week. I'll see you on Saturday. We'll be live. Not that they know
All
that.
day.
'cause
Well,
they already-
yeah, at this point, you've missed it. Or I guess you
So
can watch it on
confused.
Facebook Live.
Well, you can watch it back on Facebook Live,
Yeah.
or they already did it. But
Why
whatever.
are we live? What are we doing? We're
what are you getting to?
We're celebrating the launch of
We're not talking about that yet.
All right, we're not talking about
I have
that.
to do my intro.
Okay, let's talk about it last week. What happened last week?
Jared Poland, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and welcome to RAWtalk episode number 181. And we are working our way towards 224.
69.
When we get to 224, we'll have a massive, awesome party. But what are we doing?
By the way, in 1981, the #1 song was Kim Carnes' "Betty Davis Eyes."
You would know that, old man.
Who's Kim Carn? Is that your mother-in-law?
Betty Davis Eyes.
Oh, that's not your mother-in-law?
No, that's not. Just Kim Carn.
Kim Carn.
Kim Carnes.
Yeah, Betty Davis Eyes was pretty good, I guess.
#1 song, believe it or not.
In January of 81?
All of 1981.
All of 1981?
Copy that.
Because guess what happened in 1981 with music? It sucked. Todd says it was good. Anyway, so what are we celebrating? We're celebrating the launch of the FroKnowsPhoto Guide to Video Editing. Can we get some air horns? There's the air horns.
Finally.
It's about time. It's out in the wild. And for the first 2 weeks only, if you use the code LAUNCH, all capital letters. Remember,
No.
all capital letters, LAUNCH, launch. You're going to get an extra $50 off of the guide itself. First 2 weeks. After that, back up to $197 for that. Todd,
Now,
what do you
if you spell it all in lowercase letters, then that makes sure that Morgan gets her LUNCH.
Right, so do not do lowercase letters. I tried
If you love my daughter, use lowercase letters.
I tried to get the system to accept both codes, but for whatever reason, it only accepts one of them, even though they're different and it's case sensitive. So it says it right on the page at FroKnowsPhoto.com/video-editing-guide. It says use code LAUNCH, all capital letters, when you check out. Now, we're doing something...
You mean use code LAUNCH is actually what you mean. So you're yelling at people, all capitals.
So we're not going to really talk too much about the guide here because Todd and I have created a special roundtable that answers a ton of... Look, it doesn't just answer questions about the guide. It actually delivers a ton of value. It's about an hour long of us sitting around the table answering your questions about video editing, and we tie it in with the guide to make it work hand in hand. But that will be up as a special video podcast as well as an audio podcast that you can download through the iTunes store as well.
Essentially a special edition of RAWtalk.
It's like a special edition of Flying Solo.
Yeah.
We spent a ton of time creating this guide. I learned a lot with it. But one thing I want to say is that we actually have an offer if you decide to pick up the guide after, that's mentorship with Todd. That's something that's actually pretty good. We priced it. It's actually very reasonable. That's something that you'll see on the flip side after you pick it up. And if you haven't picked up the DSLR video guide, stay tuned for that too when you do pick up the video editing guide as well. If you're looking for that as a bundle.
It's a total package at this
perfect
point.
pair.
I mean, this is what we've always wanted everything to be. You can shoot it. You can edit it.
Todd, hold on. What was the code?
Launch!
All capital letters.
It's unbelievable that it's actually done.
How do you feel, Todd?
I feel
Relieved?
like
I'm getting a new Porsche.
I'm buying a new Porsche. No, I feel good. I feel good. I feel like I got to get out there now and shoot some stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fantastic guide. The people that have watched it and some of the people that have purchased it already are already enjoying it and learning from it because it's 9 hours of educational stuff.
All this has
Ton
been
of content.
2 years in the making. Because as soon as we were shooting the
DSLR
DSLR video
guide,
guide, we were like, you know what? People are going to want to know how to edit this. So right from there, we started brainstorming. So this is the final culmination of this perfect like combination of education, I guess, for people.
And keep in mind, too, the DSLR guide is not just for DSLR shooters. It can
Not
be
at all.
mirrorless. It could be any type of video camera.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And it's man, they are two peas in a pod, those two guys. So if you already have that, I know a lot of people have been waiting for the editing guide, and it'll be well worth the wait.
Oh, yeah.
At 9 hours long.
Yeah, and all the footage that we give you so you can edit yourself. That's the cool thing is that most people
Super
that
cool.
do this stuff don't deliver the footage so you can edit it. You watch how Todd and I edit. Well, you watch how Todd
you
edits.
edit?
You watch how Todd edits the footage, and you have access to all of the same footage that he has, so you don't have to follow what he did. You can take the footage and say, oh, I wanted to do this cut and use this angle. You can do that.
Yep.
We give you the footage, so it's a full-on package for you to figure out how you want to edit, because we give you all of the tools, the fundamentals of what to do, how to do it, no matter what program you're in.
That's huge too. It doesn't matter what program you have. People keep asking like, "Oh, is it Final Cut? Is it this?" We used Final Cut as an example, but everything we teach is program agnostic.
Yep.
So that's the big thing.
All right, so one more time, it's FroKnowsPhoto.com/video-editing-guide up on the screen right now. Steven, put up big freaking letters across the screen.
Lowercase, right?
No, launch.
Uppercase LAUNCH to get $50 extra off. So $197 becomes one. Actually, funny thing is, I couldn't type in $50 off. It only lets you do percentages. So the percentage I typed in was 25%, and that's $49.25 off.
You're a liar. You're a filthy liar.
50%.
Then.
So then I typed in 26, and it's $51.22.
No, that's too much.
So I went with
25.5.
I went with 26%
It's a candy
off
bar for Morgan
because
right there.
because I knew that somebody would be like, "That's 40. You're stealing 75 cents. You said $50." So yeah, an extra $1.22.
Damn it. Well, sorry, Morgan. You'll be hungry one more day.
No lunch today.
No lunch for
at
you.
school today.
So if you found value in anything that we've ever done, or you are looking to help yourself become a video editor, it's well worth the price, because your first editing gig, you will make plenty of more money over what the cost of the guide and mentorship
Yeah,
was.
just send me a piece of it. Just send me a piece of what you make after you get the guide. No, I'm good. I'll send you my P.O. box.
Okay, let's get to the actual pluggy McPluggerson, because we got to that first. So VideoBlocks is the official plug. What is this all about?
What is it?
Virtual reality stock footage. They now have virtual reality stock footage. You can go to videoblocks.com/videos/footage/360-files. Put that up on the screen and smoke it.
Scrolling across the screen because it's so big.
But what's pretty cool, VideoBlocks launched the first ever stock 360 and 3D stereoscopic virtual reality footage.
Cool.
What's cool is that we created a video player that lets you view the video 360 to support these files.
That's cool.
So the funny thing is, Joel did an interview. Joel's the CEO.
I wonder if he's actually shooting some of the
mean Tony
360
Hawk?
stuff. Tony Hawk.
Joel did a video.
He does look like
So
it.
I think Joel did an interview a little while ago, and he was asked what he thinks about 360 footage.
Yeah.
And he's like, "We'll never do that. Not going to happen." Meanwhile, nobody knew that on the back end at their offices in Virginia,
Sneaky dog.
Reston, Virginia,
All the nerds are working
they were
hard.
sitting there going, "We're making 360 video. We lied. Anyway, go check out videoblocks.com. You can see the link on the screen if you want to go to the 360s thing. But if you go to their website, I'm sure there's a way to get to it. Now,
That's
the
awesome.
clips are $399.
That's not bad.
$399. Because you have to think that the people using VR currently in a professional way are the higher end companies.
Or
right now.
AKA nerds.
Yep.
I am going to get my Sony VR, though, I will say.
What about HoloLens?
Who?
The
What's
Sony,
HoloLens?
Microsoft's got HoloLens. I don't know, something that's different.
I don't know that one. All I know is the Oculus Rift, which is the one Facebook bought, and then
Yeah.
and the Sony.
I feel like there's just so many options.
Sony VR are the two main ones that are on my radar.
360 footage.
We'll
you want
see.
360 footage
In
for your
stereo.
videos? You can go buy it from VideoBlocks, because they have what is it? B-roll footage?
B-roll footage, yeah.
$3.99 a piece. probably not that bad. It's probably less expensive than you going to that location to shoot 360 video of it. And now that you can actually get their video, it's really good. Go check it out.
I would love it if they just have like the guy in the frame. He hit record and like forgot to actually get out of the frame when they did the 360 video.
Oh shit!
Jared,
just
when's RAWtalk going to be in VR 360?
There you go.
It's not hip. If it's not 4K VR 360, it isn't shit.
No, it's got to be 8K now.
Yeah.
8K.
When's it going to be 8K? We'll hang a ball right here.
I couldn't imagine
I think we'll try it.
Steven won't be in focus in either one of the eyes.
how much storage that would be, like 8K and 360.
Horrible.
Oh my
Should
God.
we get one of those Samsung Gear 360s?
Well, I've got unlimited storage. If you need extra memory,
See what you
I've
did
got
there.
unlimited storage.
Oh, that's a callback.
Yeah.
I had to think about it. He has to fill his hard drive every night. Sorry, every morning. He's a morning guy.
Thanks for watching the show.
8:30 a.m.
Yeah. The Gear 360. Samsung's coming out with whatever the Gear 360 that Casey Neistat took out and has been using, and Nikon hasn't come out with the
That's that
360
little mini ball
It's a
thing
mini
he
ball,
had?
but it's got a camera on both sides. It is possible that in the new place we hang one, and then we see what happens with it. Maybe it's
As long
just,
as we can sync it easily with audio, that's fine.
yeah, and I think with Premiere now letting you do most of that stuff better, we should be able.
Todd's trying his new
He's on.
VR goggles out.
I almost said pain, Todd. I almost said what website you're on.
What? It's a cooking website I'm looking at.
Need more DNA.
I get what's going on.
It's cooking. I'm watching cooking.
Stop.
Okay.
That is horrible.
It was cooking.
Has-
I was trying to figure out how to make Thanksgiving turkeys and put the stuffing
gonna
in.
say that. I never based
Yeah.
You have a
Jeez, you guys are terrible.
you have a baster too with a lot of.
Oh my God.
Anyway, so maybe we'll do 360 one day
that
just
would
to
be
try
cool,
it.
or just a special one-off episode or something like that.
But
That'd be
if
really
it
cool.
becomes easy and we just hang it there and it becomes something that is easy to do,
How
that-
do you cut 360s? Is it just like straight up jump cuts every single cut?
No, and
You just-
people just
no,
probably
they move
they
it
just
around.
make it-
roll around. Yeah, I mean, if you're
So basically,
cutting out everything Jared says
Yeah.
that shulldn't be in the show,
Because every
it's
week
gonna
I
be
cut
jump
out
cuts.
solid 10 minutes of what Jared says.
But maybe you could put it into multicam.
Oh, you're saying go to 360 and then to... I don't know what you're saying, though.
I don't know what I'm saying either. No, that didn't make any sense. Screw that. Don't forget about Alan's Canon BALL on June 18th. It's a Saturday, June 18th, Saturday. It's time to get into photo news. Why don't we get into some photo news right now, Steven? Why don't we do 360-degree video blocksy style, but brought to you by audioblocks.com/go/fro. Let's do music that sounds like it's around you in 360.
Okay.
Meaning you just make it up.
Yep.
360. Go.
What? Oh,
And we're done.
sorry.
We've got a quick update on that 500mm f8 Zeiss Tele-Tessar lens auction that NASA used during the Apollo missions. It officially sold for $500,000. Oh my God!
Oh, $500,000.
$453,000. That's insane. RR Auction, the auction house responsible for the sale, says it's one of the largest pieces of space hardware used on the lunar surface to have ever been sold at auction. Very expensive, but I just wanted to do a quick update.
And
on
the person that
specific
bought it
story.
took the dust that was still in it and snorted it.
It's probably just dust. that's
Space
all.
dust. That's a space peanut.
And then we got Sony took a hit at DSLRs in their latest ad that imagines what cameras would look like if they were people. The new ad from Sony Thailand shows off the Sony RX100 Mark IV and how it's great as a nice like walk-around camera versus bringing a big bulky
What
DSLR.
camera?
The Sony RX100 Mark IV,
What's that?
the one we reviewed
Oh.
in New York.
Welcome to the show,
I'm
Jared.
like, what is the RX 100 Mark IV? I'm trying to think.
But they basically showcase a big bodybuilder being lugged around as a DSLR, scaring off people as a photographer behind him like attempts to take candids.
It's what I do.
Of people in the park, while like another photographer is walking around with an average-sized person, being the RX100 Mark IV, and they're able to take photos of people without other people noticing
Like
and
Jared,
stuff like
average
that.
size.
More discreet, average size. It was Jared in the video.
Yeah.
But you can see the full 3-minute video over on the site. I just thought it was pretty creative for them to put that hit out on DSLRs. And then speaking of DSLRs, There's a new video demonstrating Nikon's new Auto AF Fine-Tune feature from DP Review. The video showcases how the D5 and D500's phase detection autofocus can now be easily calibrated by using the live view contrast detection focus system instead of the various charts or special software that's normally needed. Now you basically set your camera on a tripod, focus on the subject in live view, and hold the AF selection button while holding the record button at the same time, and you'll see a dialog box appear on the screen asking you to save the new focus value. Now they note that you'll want to do this for each lens that you own, and I recommend doing it several times to make sure it has an accurate reading over and over again. And also calibrate it at the focal length most often used if you use zoom lenses.
Confusing.
Or if you're unsure, they say do about 40 times the focal length.
What? I don't know what that means.
So 24 millimeters they had. 24 equals 960 millimeters, which means about 1 meter away is where you would focus.
I would just literally just make it up.
Well, you probably shouldn't, or your autofocus might be like mine.
That's what you do all the time, isn't it?
But you can see the video over on the website. I mean, I wish every camera manufacturer had this built into their camera, because this is great.
Why would you want it in every camera?
Because it's super easy to use and calibrate each specific lens.
This just in, it will not help Todd's 24 to 70.
Yeah, except your lens. Just throw that thing out. But normally you would need the special charts, software, stuff like that. It takes forever to actually set up, and it's very precise. Where this, they did it in the video in a minute, and it was already calibrated.
But we don't know if it needed to be calibrated in the first place.
Well, that's what scares me.
That's the other thing.
It should be factory calibrated by default, perfect.
But what they're trying to say is each lens.
Lens differs.
I don't know. I don't know if I should do it or if I shouldn't do it.
Because then I would second guess everything I misfocus on, and I would think that it was me redoing the autofocus or something like that.
I don't know if I'd blame it on the lens at that point.
Hey, follow me on Snapchat. Send me a message. It's FroKnowsPhoto.
That was random. And then there's a new RAW processor, the first in over 10 years. It's simply called Photo RAW by On1.
Trademark that.
Calling it the future of RAW photo editing. On1 says it has modern code optimized for today's super megapixel cameras and high performance computer graphics systems. They claim the software is fast too, saying it will open 50 megapixel images in a fraction of a second on a standard PC or Mac, and perform edits in real time without slider lag or frustrating waits for redraw. Now it's non-destructive and has all the typical adjustments like exposure, contrast, shadows, highlights, all that. And it doesn't require users to import or catalog their photos either. Instead, it's built upon a browser system that will process raw photos, which they claim happens in real time, whether you have a single raw photo or 100. Basically, think of Adobe Bridge paired with Camera Raw. It's a very similar setup. Now, they say it can be used as a standalone program, so like Camera Raw, or you can pair it again with On1 browse software, which is like Bridge. And it'll be available this fall as part of their current...
Sometimes I feel like I don't have a partner.
Let's see where you're going.
Sometimes I feel like I'm all alone in the city of angels, the city I live in. Lonely as I am, together we fall. I don't ever want to feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way. I don't ever want to feel
all right
like I did that day. Take me to the place I...
Jeez. Yeah, $150 as part of their On1 Plus Pro membership program.
Plus Pro.
Plus Pro. On1.
Not a regular Pro, Plus Pro.
So another photo raw editor.
iPad Pro.
And then we have drone news. There's a tiny new drone on the market. It's called the Hover Camera that can safely be pulled from the air with no risk of getting cut. Where other drones focus more on flying and maneuvering, this one simply hovers with a downward-facing camera, hence the name.
They should use it at yoga studios when they do downward-facing dog.
Now, this one's safe, too, with a carbon fiber cage around the blades so you won't get cut. It's also super portable. It folds
Is it gun resistant?
It folds up completely in half to about the size of a small book. They say it can fit in a purse.
And what does it do? It just hovers? It doesn't take pictures?
It takes pictures and video. Let me get into that. Now, it captures 4K video and 13 megapixel stills. Now,
it has VR. If it doesn't do VR,
doesn't do VR, no
throw it
8K. I mean, just toss it in the trash. Yeah. But it has no gimbal, but uses electronic image stabilization for smooth footage.
Sucks.
Which makes it more light, where it can hover for longer periods of time. Now, there's no remote either. You control everything via a smartphone app and just by pushing it in the air. It'll follow you around as well, thanks to its built-in facial recognition, which is pretty cool. In the sample video, they have someone walking down the stairs, and it's following them as they go down, tracking their face. Now, right now, the company behind it is preparing for a beta launch and is allowing a couple hundred people to test them out. Now, you can sign up at their website to request to be a beta tester. I'll link that over on the website.
Noah?
No, you're a master beta tester, so sign up for that.
You can also see a promo video where they demonstrate the drone there, too. Now, there's no pricing yet on this, but they do note that they plan on keeping the price below $600.
Oh.
And it's expected to officially launch this summer. Now, I do think 600 is a little too much.
Is that launch in lowercase or launch like launch?
But it's just this little portable drone that folds up, and it has this cage around it, carbon fiber.
Who cares?
That it'll just hover and take pictures. So in the promo video, they have like a family sitting, and they need like a selfie, but instead of taking a selfie, they just have the hover drone there taking a picture for them. Phone call.
Hello there, you son bitches. I'm back from the Trump rally. Just wanted to let you know I don't care what you do with your drones or your cameras or even trying to make fun of my sweet Rebecca. Me and my Lord and Savior, Donald J. Trump, are about to take over the United States of America and rule the world. We're going to just do it because we're fabulous and fantastic. You know what I mean? And by the way, goodbye, you stinking Jew.
Stinky Jew. I mean, this thing does look pretty cool, though, but $600 is a lot of money.
Yeah, it is way too much.
Way too much.
I'm just...
Did you see it?
I saw a bunch of people posting about it, but it's just like everybody keeps coming out with another piece of a drone that does something else. Like, I'm going to spend $600 for a flat flying drone like this when I've got Phantoms DJIs that I can actually do something with.
And the Phantom Standard is only, what, $700
or
at this
less
point?
money
Or
than
$600,
that. There's some that are $399 now.
Yeah, it's
if
not
you really
bad at
want to
all.
get the old ones. So that's that.
Yeah.
It almost looks like a box fan, that thing you're talking about, doesn't it?
It does.
It's
It looks like
in
a box
cage.
fan, but flying, pretty much. It actually looks
Can
exactly
it hover
like a
over
box
me
fan.
during those hot, humid summer nights?
Summer nights.
Now, in other drone news, filmmakers Tim Sessler and Brandon Bray,
I went to college with them.
they posted a new short film called Balance, which is the first to use the dolly zoom, aka the Hitchcock zoom, with a drone. Now, the film focuses around the city of Manhattan where the duo flew the drone. They say they used new camera techniques for drone cinematography, which include like extreme roll moves.
Was it a hover drone?
With their Movi M15 gimbal, which has remote controls for zooming and pulling focus. That's how they got to do the Hitchcock zoom.
That stuff is insane.
In midair.
Yeah.
Now they barrel rolled, tilted, panned. They had a rolling shutter effect in the video. It's like a very nauseous video to watch. They used a Canon CNE 15.5 to 47mm zoom lens mounted on a red weapon.
Really?
And starting at 47mm and zooming out to its widest angle, they simultaneously moved the drone towards the subject they were filming, keeping the subject the same size and adding that crazy like vertigo effect.
Yeah.
They used a Freefly Alta 8 drone for most of the shots, and this thing's expensive too. It's one of those like 8 octocopters.
Yeah.
But the aerials over the city were shot from a helicopter, so they did do that legally.
Casey Neistat does it every day.
Again,
As I see in every one of his videos.
It's illegal.
I was flying over the Brooklyn Bridge today.
you can do it.
Did you
just
see
hope
him?
you don't get caught.
He was flying it over the Brooklyn Bridge.
I'm surprised they're not out to get him. Man.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He was standing right next to the bridge on one of the things, flew it, and just followed the road.
One of my wife's friends is looking into buying a drone
Really?
for real estate stuff.
I think that's perfect
Yeah.
for real estate.
I guess they own real estate and they take pictures of their real estate and they
It's
want
just
to do
so
all
inexpensive too. It just adds
I was
a
like-
ton.
Yeah, but the only problem is, like we tell everybody, you buy a drone.
Everyone has
and if
one.
you not even that everyone has one. If you don't know how to edit video, you're just going to be stuck with all this footage. Why do you think GoPro went out and just launched their new...
Speaking of, where's their Karma drone at?
Well, they haven't announced the Karma drone, but what they did announce was a open developer platform for editing. They want coder, people to build for editing because they realize that, the GoPro is great for capturing footage,
But if you can't edit
everybody
it-
has 2 hours of footage and all they really need is that 15-second clip. They don't know how to cut it together.
And editing's only half the battle. I feel like some people they're like, yep, going up, going down, this way. If you don't go in with some sort of idea of composition and framing and camera movement and what camera movement helps to accentuate your subject.
And obviously, you can't really tell too with a GoPro unless you have the backpack or something.
Well,
like
yeah,
that.
that's true.
It's very
That's true.
hard.
But I'm
to tell
talking
your
with drone
composition.
stuff. Like, of course, you have lots of unusable footage because you're not really. you're not going in there with any sense of like coverage
Yeah.
or
Establishing
or
shots or
continuity or
anything.
establish.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
Yep. Now you can see the final video over on the site along with a behind-the-scenes look at how they pulled it off. Really cool video.
FroKnowsPhoto.com/RAWtalk-181.
Super trippy. Don't recommend watching this like high or on drugs.
Well, I'll never watch it then.
I'm on drugs.
I'm on drugs. A company called
I
Scandy.
dig music.
Yeah. Scandy is transforming your 360-degree photos into a tangible form with 3D printing. Now, to show off the true form factor of 360-degree photos, they're printing them out on like tiny spheres, which happen to look just like Christmas ball ornaments pretty much. Their new app will allow anyone to take 360-degree photos straight from their phone.
Yep, working on it.
Right now, it's only iOS, but they are planning on doing an Android app as well. And then you can print them out into these new spheres. Now, price-wise, for a 2-inch small ball, it'll be about $50.
Whoa. I'm going to need a lot more than that. A lot more than
How
that.
about 3 inches? That'll be about $75.
Do
4
they,
inches.
Do they do half sizes?
4 inches will be about $100, or you can get all of the sizes for $200. So it is a little expensive.
Do they take payment plans?
And you can see a video showing off the 3D printed photos. I posted that over on the website too. Interesting concept. I like how they're doing 360-degree photos
Stupid.
in a physical form
Yeah,
to keep.
sure.
You know, it is a cool. If you did actually want like a Christmas ball ornament, it's perfect. Besides that,
No, thank you.
yeah.
I'll pass on 360 balls.
And then we've got a new photo series called Ringscapes by photographer Peter Adams Shawn. It features reflections of newlyweds in wedding ring photos. Now, some of the photos features like landscapes. Some feature the couple doing a special pose in the reflection, where some feature special objects like flowers or the wedding dress itself in the ring reflection.
Can I get a picture of my wife and I getting a divorce in these rings?
I was going to bring that up.
But that's about it for this story. You can see a whole link. You can
They
find a
look
link
cool.
to the whole series over on the website. They are cool.
Is it in post they're putting?
No,
in the
they're
reflection?
actually really done. This guy did another photo series. We talked about this a few months ago, where he did reflections of couples getting actually married
In
And
sunglasses?
It's the eye, the actual
eye.
iris. It's like a reflection.
yeah.
and they have So it's
That's
all
cool.
I mean, it's all right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Can I get a reflection of me and my wife with her tears streaming down her face when we get divorced? Is that cool?
Photographer Levon Biss, he has a new exhibit entitled Micro Sculpture, which showcases his extremely detailed macro photos of insects captured with a microscope at a very shallow depth of field. A single photo consists of 8 to 10,000 pictures that were stacked in post. That's how razor thin
Did he shoot
this
it in
depth
RAW?
of field is.
That's how many pictures Jared wants you to put in the videos in post.
Now, it takes him about 2 weeks to create this whole thing. One picture, again, from the first press of the shutter to the final export. He even teamed up with Oxford University's Museum of Natural History and got to choose from their rare, massive collection of bugs. The exhibition will run from May 27th to October 30th in the main court of Oxford University's Museum of Natural History. Now, you can see behind-the-scenes video on the making of his images, along with 22 of the exhibited photos over on the site. And, I mean, he printed some of them out, and they're billboard size, and they're still extremely detailed.
Nice.
That's how huge these files are. Phone call.
Chaps, Oxford University, the micro-insecticides, scale the
Who's
queen
calling?
and spice up your life, and Austin Powers and Shagadelic, goodbye, Jim.
For anybody who doesn't know, that was William Merideth III.
Winston Meredith
oh, sorry,
III.
Winston Meredith III.
My name is Winston By the way, make sure that when you put in the coupon code, it's large is the coupon code for the other video guide and editing guide and launch. Bangers and mash for lunch.
I got a question for Winston.
Jared loves Winston.
I got a question for
Yes,
Winston.
what can I do for you, hippie?
What is your wife's name?
My wife's name, my lovely wonderful wife's name is Margaret. Goodbye, Jude.
Shut up, Noah!
Every now and then you hear a giggle in the background from Noah.
I'm like a fucking child back there.
All right, we've got one more news story this week. Jared loves Winston Merideth III.
I can sign an autograph for you if you like, Jew.
Tell him you'll call him back.
We'll call you back.
All right, I'll be waiting.
Go get some dental work.
So Leica has revealed the Leica MD Type 262.
D stands for douchebag. This just in.
This officially has no LCD screen. This marks the first Leica M series that has no LCD screen whatsoever.
Good. Who needs to see your pictures?
Leica says it still has everything you love about a Leica inside, though. It embodies the entire range of technical advantages perfected over decades in the Leica rangefinder system. However, only main photography settings are included on the body itself, which are shutter speed, aperture, and ISO.
This is a film camera.
Essentially, but it's digital, yeah.
Is it digital?
It's digital.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Verify.
It's digital. Now, Leica says this will promote its users' concentration on what is essential.
Well,
The
how do they
picture.
set it to RAW?
It shoots raw DNG.
Okay.
Automatically.
Well, how do you set your picture style? Well, it shoots RAW. How do you set...
I'm not, as far as tiny tweaks in the menu, I have no idea.
It's got 30,000 buttons on the
Are
back.
you sure? Does it show a memory card going in it?
It's digital, Jared. Yes, I am sure of that. The simplistic design even leaves out the iconic red dot logo, which is the Leica red. They say the Leica red dot logo has been omitted from the front of the camera in favor of its unobtrusive appearance. Now, to add to the stealthy look, they say the new quiet shutter is hardly audible, and it'll hit shelves for $6,000 now.
Look, if you're the guy that's going to go out and buy the Leica digital douchebag without a screen, you could have bought the old one and put some tape over it and said, "Yay, it's digital, and I don't have a screen." Wait, they
Just
should
take
charge
pictures like me and close your eyes.
They should charge you less because it doesn't have an LCD screen.
Yeah, if it was a film camera, it would just be a normal film camera without a screen. Like, it wouldn't be a huge deal. I feel like it's a big deal being digital without a screen.
You know what? I have $1 million idea for Leica.
What's that?
They should release film cameras.
That's crazy.
Why digital?
Crazy.
It's coming back. I mean, we need to get it for the 70-year-old hipsters.
You can wear it with your scarf and your tight pants
I don't wear a scarf. I mean, I do sometimes.
all the time.
Tight pants are another story. These are very comfortable. Once you go to skinny jeans, you never go back.
I know. You used to hate on
Because you
skate-
can't
on
take them
skinny
off.
jeans.
You can't get them off yourself.
It's true. I need to have somebody help me
You wash them like once a year.
twice.
Twice.
I have two
And that,
pairs.
and that happens when he's in the shower.
I have
Because you can't get them off.
I have two pairs of these jeans currently,
Jeans?
and I think what's happening though is that in the buttle
They're
area,
conforming to your body.
no, where the
They
gum,
won't let go.
where the gum sits and where the hair pick sits, starts to get holes. So then I have to go.
Oh, the
Yeah,
back
of
pocket,
course.
right?
Yeah, look.
Yeah. That's all your jeans that always happens, right?
Yeah. Try taking them off every once in a while.
I do see right there. There's a hole.
Well, you shouldn't sit on
Right there in
stuff
the middle?
with-
There's a
in
big
your-
hole.
in your you should take the stuff out of your pockets when you don't need it.
I'm gonna call Sebastian and be like, Sebastian, you need to fortify my pockets, for my wallet.
For show.
For my big wallet.
I need it all for all this cash right
I
now.
need a huge, my Costanza wallet.
You have a Costanza wallet.
Not anymore.
Oh, you got rid of it?
Well, it's
What, your
def-
girlfriend
I
buy you
took
something
most
new?
of the stuff out, yeah. I had a bunch of random cards from all the stores and crap, chucked all that stuff.
And then, yeah, okay. That's all I have to say about Leica.
And that's all for Photo News.
All right, so why don't we do some German-style douchebag music for Leica?
Why don't we do some celebratory editing guide music?
Why don't we do some launching music brought to you by audioblocks.com/go/fro for all uppercase. Let's do uppercase-related music.
All right. That
In
sounds
3,
good.
2,
Heavy metal.
1, uppercase heavy metal. Gear of the week. It's on the floor. Hold on. Let me get under the table.
Sorry, I thought we were still.
The bodies hit the floor.
thought we were still in heavy metal mode.
That's not even heavy metal. That's scream.
I don't know what you would consider that.
Slam scream.
I don't know.
This is the gear of the week at the Nikon D500. And the more that you look at it, the more you realize that they have a lot of professional features in terms of the round
That's only found on the
viewfinder.
pro bodies,
Only on
right?
the pro bodies. I'm surprised the people that were waiting for this didn't bitch more that it doesn't have a flash.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't have a flash.
I can't.
So I've been using this. Inside, you've got the ability to have an XQD card and an SD card.
That's great.
Don't know why they just didn't do 2 XQD cards to force people to actually get to using it.
Does it slow it down if you use both?
No, not like Canon. It's got the 3.2-inch touchscreen that is built better than the D750's touchscreen. So
Getting better and better for sure.
Yeah, so they keep getting it better. I've used it 10 frames a second. I shot the softball. I've shot low light Maria. I've got the picture of Maria back here from 51,200, which I'll get in just a second. It's a nice feeling body. It feels, here, feel that. It does feel great in the hands.
Oh, heavy.
It is pretty heavy.
I did not expect it to be this heavy.
It's not bad at all.
This is like heavier than my 5D.
Again,
But it feels good. Like,
the biggest question that people have is D500 or D750. It's like, holy Jesus, now we got to decide between a $2,000 full frame camera and a $2,000 crop sensor camera. It's got the touch screen.
it's nice. The joystick and everything.
It does, but if you buy a camera like this and you want it for pro purposes, you definitely have to buy the vertical grip. That
For sure.
is a necessity to have the vertical grip. So the body feels fine. I shot some stuff. I'm editing a video that Todd's making me edit myself, and man, that takes a while. That's
It's
Yep.
amazing.
Pain in the
It's
ass.
awesome.
Imagine if you can't multicam. That's when it's a pain.
well, it is multicam
That's
because
what
I
I'm
shot
saying.
3 angles.
And you're saying it's a pain in the ass with multicam.
Well, it was easy to do that, to just go in, like I used the notes from Todd's editing guide to sit there and just
oh, you have
hit,
an editing guide? That's
to
weird.
just hit
Yeah.
the buttons.
And you know you can get $50 off?
Oh, can I?
Yeah, you have to use
How do
a
I do
code,
that?
though.
What code?
Listen real close.
Uh-huh.
Launch!
Neighbor's gonna text today and be like, "What was with all the yelling today?"
What was all with all the launching?
This is 51,200 ISO.
Wow.
It's a print.
And you didn't bring that up in post or anything, right? You
girl,
left that
what's up,
exposed
No,
how you shot
of course I edited it.
But a lot, I'm saying?
A little bit.
Okay,
I
how
mean,
much?
it's not far off. Maybe a half a stop. Maybe
Okay.
I brought up.
Because sometimes you'll bring it up like a full stop.
I'll bring it up to whatever it needs to be to make it work.
Why don't you just get it right in camera?
That's not the point.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm trying to figure out if the back of the screen or the histogram or whatever I'm looking at is slightly off.
I probably would have shot
you
that
never
around
used the
12,800.
Why don't you just get up?
I do look at the histogram from time to time, but then it's just like I focus on the shooting part first. I want to capture the image. Exposure is going to be pretty darn close. And there, it was pretty darn close, and it looks fine. So the D500, it so far seems like everybody's all over and fawning all over for the quality. Again, it's not a full-frame camera, and you will see a difference between clarity from a full frame versus the DX, but the ISO capability of this camera has not ever been touched in a DX sensor. In the sample pictures that I supplied online, up to 1.64 million, of course, was, you know, not great, but the 51,200 and the 12,800 and the 25,000
What's the
looked
max
perfectly
native?
fine. 51,200 in a DX
Damn.
camera. It's perfectly usable if you expose properly. If you do what you need to be doing to get the image, you can do it, and it will look good. And I printed it like that, and yet you see the grain.
I mean, there's definitely noise, but I would say to me that looks more like 12,800.
with the Nikons, when you get to a certain point, the noise kind of looks the same. And that's a good
And
thing.
it still retains the sharpness, where I feel like Canon tends to get mushy past 12,800.
and they tend to, but what people need to remember is that it's still about capturing the image. If you get the most winningest shot of all time at 12,800 and it's grainy, nobody's going to sit
cares?
there and be
Yeah.
like, man, I wish you shot that winning shot at 800 and there was less grain.
Yep.
Well,
It's the-
unless you let Jared critique your photos, then it's bad.
Pixel peeping all day.
Not
Exactly.
true. You guys, all you do is rip on me.
Noah like that. Oh, you guys ripped me, Noah back there.
Stay in the office and keep your mouth
In your hole, Noah. Put up your thumbnails. Put your thumbnail up your...
All right, so that's Gear of the Week. Now it's time to get into some flying solo. And I asked you for your questions on Instagram. I was like, you guys have been doing a great job putting questions in. So I'm doing that. Guess what? Next week, if we do flying solo, because we're still working on some guests, I'll probably go back to Facebook. I think
didn't
Instagram
go
was
well?
lacking this week
Oh,
on
yeah.
quality
Oh,
questions coming in.
slackers. All right, Dave.
Put your seats in the upright position and keep your opinions to yourself, because we're flying solo.
Thank you, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
All right, are we ready for some flying solo?
Let's do it.
CJAM Photos, hashtag flying solo. After RAWtalk and all that is FroKnowsPhoto plans, question mark, 10 years from now, question mark, surely it won't last forever as with everything else under the sun. Is there a question in there?
There's a couple question marks.
I think the question, even though
You
there's
put a question mark, there has to be a question.
Right. That was poorly written. Basically, what they're saying is, like, what are the plans for the next 10 years? Because you can't do this forever. Evolution is the plans. Continue to do what we do, but at a higher level than everyone else, and keep it going and expanding and keep doing better and bigger content. Come up with new ideas and new avenues for us to explore. And we are working on that right now on the back end that only a very small amount of people actually know about and see. That is the direction that we're going. It's already been 5 years, almost 6. Did I bleed on the table?
You bleeding again? I think you did. Oh, that came out, though.
That did come out. How did I bleed on
God.
the table? I didn't have anybody over last
You
night.
bite your nails or something?
Ew.
I don't bite my nails.
It's always that finger,
It's this
right?
finger gets caught on stuff all the
Put a
time.
Band-Aid on it and then let it heal.
Yeah.
Maybe
gotta
it's
scab up.
cuticles.
Stop. Keep it out of your mouth or whatever orifice you put it in.
Anyway, the future, like we're 5 years, almost 6 years into this come June, and evolution is there. If you're not always evolving or finding new directions and avenues to go, yes, you will be left behind. Will I be doing RAWtalk? Will we be doing RAWtalk in 5 years? We have no idea.
2005. Welcome to
We don't
RAWtalk.
know. If it's expanding and you guys enjoy it and it delivers value and it's worth doing, we'll still continue to do it, but maybe other avenues will open
It'll be
up.
VR.
It will be in VR.
VK.
Maybe other avenues will continue to open up and we will explore those. We don't know where we're going to end up, and that's life, of course. But we're not going to stagnate and sit here and do the same thing day in, week out, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's about growth, and what we are planning, what we have in motion right now is big. And I hope it turns out to be the future of where we're going.
Agreed. Now, I can put out one thing about in 10 years that I know for sure is happening. Joe's not going to have a microphone. Definitive.
Justin Molehilling. Hi, Jared, Stephen, Todd, and the gang. My question is about personal contracts. I followed your guidance and built up a portfolio, and I have a client or two a week.
Oh,
Nice.
look
I've
at
got
you.
my accounting in order, but I know it's time for a contract to be drafted. Can you give me pointers on key things that I should include, not include? Thanks for everything y'all do week in and week out. Justin Moling, Lincoln, Nebraska. In terms of contracts, a lot of the high-end jobs that I've ever done have been verbal agreements. Mm-hmm. When I was doing
A handshake.
Yeah, handshake. Like when I was doing these high-end internet marketing things, these really good events, I was like, do I need to send you a contract? He's like, you tell me you'll be there and you're going to do your job. That's our contract. I make sure that we specify in the email what we're doing. Here's what I'm going to deliver you. And they're like, okay. And that is not a binding contract. It just says what you're going to deliver.
Yep.
I think sometimes contracts ruin stuff because then it starts making people question. And I know contracts are great to protect you,
Yeah.
but those are lawyers who continue, because I despise, I used the D word, most lawyers, because all it seems like they do, even though they're on two sides, like this lawyer's talking to the other lawyer that they're competing against, it just seems like they play ping pong for days and weeks and hours and months and years just to mess with you so that you pay more per hour, and because they just drag stuff out.
That email will cost you $600.
It's bullshit. Don't get me started on the lawyer stuff we're dealing with right now.
We love it.
Yeah, I
Still.
think contracts are mostly valid when you get to a certain
Weddings.
budget number.
I agree.
even. You know what I mean?
High
I
risk.
think they're a couple grand. I mean, your invoice, maybe you have a sign off. We agree to this invoice. This is what it's going to cost. This is what I'm going to deliver.
That's good input.
That's what I
could be
usually
extremely
do with.
simple,
I
yeah.
have an invoice, and this is what the not the down payment, the deposit is.
Deposit.
The deposit. Sign off on this. non-refundable. I mean, I do super basic things. It's not a contract,
but similar.
It's more
to
like
one.
an invoice that you sign off on.
It's acknowledgement.
You will pay me.
You acknowledge
here.
I'm going to do this. You acknowledge that you're going to pay me this, and it is.
That's
what
a good
it is.
idea.
Yeah.
Look, if
I
you want to
do
have
that.
an official contract, I think wedding contracts are extremely important because that's something you're booking a year or two in advance. You want to make sure that you get your deposits. You make sure that you're protecting yourself in case they bitch at you for some reason. You're protecting yourself. But the everyday shoots have what Todd said. I think that makes the most sense. Have an email, have an invoice that just states, here's the statement of work, here's what I'm going to be doing, and here's what I'm delivering you, and sign off on it and go from there.
Yep.
Don't waste your money on having lawyers, because all lawyers do, lawyers piss me off. All they want to do is charge you for everything. Because, oh, well, that's our intellectual property. We went to school, and it took me, I had to do a search in the search engine to then charge you $125 for that. Am I bitter? Yes.
I mean, there's something called the internet too, which I'm sure there's plenty of general guidelines and templates you can download to start, off with.
Yep.
Tyler at Escher here. That's what it says. Hey, Fro and the gang, except Joe. Okay, maybe Joe. I'm a digital designer apprentice at a media company in the UK. Motion graphics, artwork,
All right. It sounds good to me.
magazines, some video editing, etc. And I find it difficult to get out there and just do photography. This is because I work a full-time job, and being an apprentice always means studying 2 college courses.
What's he
Also
an
means
apprentice for? Is the apprentice for like magic?
no motion, graphics, artwork, magazines, some video editing.
Oh, see, my bad.
Sounds like a good job. Seeing as the company I'm working at have already given me a great opportunity with a nice salary and the chance to come out at the end of it with a good job and 2 diplomas, would I be asking too much if I were to see if I can develop my photography skills as part of my work? Big thanks to you and the gang for all the content over the years. Without the advice you give, I may not even be where I am today. Hope the move to the Fro Factory goes smoothly. It's a good question. Look, it's great that you have all of these different skill sets that you're getting from this job. If they're this forthcoming and they've been helping you out getting your courses and all that and getting the work and paying you a salary, well, I would just say that, hey, I can bring this added value, this added skill. Would you guys mind if maybe some point I use this skill? Just ask. Really, don't press too hard. But if you have a great job like this that's in the creative field, I wouldn't be too worried about leaving to go shoot your own stuff. I would still shoot for fun, but I would try to incorporate it any way you can.
If you're the graphic designer, you probably are, at some point, you need stock footage. You could just go shoot some stuff and be like, oh, by the way, I shot this myself. And then just do it on your own time. And then they'll be like, oh, well, that's great. You can do that too. Great. You're going to do that too.
Go.
Good
Yeah.
advice, Todd.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Greetings programs. This didn't have a name, but do you get what Greetings programs is from?
Nope.
Tron.
No. Not a big Tron fan.
Yeah,
I
me
do.
either.
I know custom white balance doesn't matter when shooting RAW, but would you recommend doing it while shooting a portrait session so your client can see accurate image on the back of the camera? Yeah.
Yeah.
When it
If I'm
comes
in
to
a studio
studio
setting,
work
yeah.
and you're using the same image, like it's the same settings over and over again, lock in your white balance. Get it right.
Yeah.
Use those color checkers or whatever's out there to get it right so that they do see an actual preview, because it's hard to get a client to understand that's too red, that's too yellow, and for you to be like, oh, that'll be corrected later. Get it as right as possible right there for them to see the preview.
And like you said, that's where custom color checker, passport, color profiles in Lightroom really help out and make each color pop.
Yeah.
Especially if you're doing pictures of clothing or something like that, where the colors need to be very, very specific and exact.
X Steffi Photog X. Hi, Jared,
Hi.
Steven, and Todd.
Hey.
Hi.
I just want to thank you for all that you guys do. You give me the kick in the ass I need to get out there. You encourage me to continue to get better, and I was inspired to start in video, for I believe in adapting with the times, and by learning video, I will be doing just that. Thanks again. Hope to meet you guys one day.
You have an editing guide, right, for her?
I think so.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. And there's a code for it.
Oh.
If you want another $50 off for the first couple weeks, I think.
What was it again?
Joe, come here and let me whisper it to you. Launch!
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
Braff shot. Braff. BRAAPSHOT. Thanks for including your name and where you're from, like I said in the video on Instagram. Jared, Stephen, Todd, I recently finished the guide to DSLR video, waiting for the 30th to purchase the video editing guide.
Nice.
What format do you export in to allow people to view videos on a DVD player? I normally only export for YouTube H.264, 24 frames at 1080, but I have a request for a DVD. Todd, when we exported those for DVDs, which we don't make the DVDs for this guide because it's too large, what do you do?
There's a DVD codec for that. I mean, there's a specific codec for DVD that you can find in any of your systems.
How many lines of resolution is DVD?
Well, it's 480. It's standard definition, right?
It's not. Yeah, it's standard definition.
Yeah, standard def.
DVDs are not high quality.
Yeah, I'm shocked it's not a Blu-ray or something that he's
Yeah, I mean,
burning on.
Either or. I mean, there's specific exports that you do for those things.
Isn't it MPEG 2 or something?
It's something like that. Yeah. I mean,
Codec-wise?
I know in like Final Cut and even Premiere. I mean,
They're
you
all
just go to like
there's presets, yeah.
DVD preset,
Media encoder, there's a million listed.
Yeah, it's really straightforward. I mean, where it can get tricky though, when you start getting into DVDs and Blu-ray,
Chapters.
is not chapters, but also authoring.
Gotcha.
Like, does your client want it? Is this just a preview thing where I'm just going to throw it in, it auto plays, or there's a menu and a play button? Do you have to like when you have to start creating all that stuff? It gets really hairy.
Yeah, I've never done that.
Yeah, authoring can be a little tricky. Yeah.
Boer.bastard. Hey Froen Squad, with the ever-increasing ISO capabilities of each new camera released, are the aperture requirements for a fast lens ever decreasing? Ignoring depth of field and thinking purely about shutter speed, is f2.8 the new f2 and f4 the new 2.8? Thanks, Neil, from Scotland.
That's a good point.
It's a great question, but I still think the higher the ISO that you go is generally because you want a faster shutter speed because you're in a dark situation. If there's still no light, it doesn't matter what ISO you have, you still won't get quality images, whether it's at 2.8 or f4. It doesn't really matter.
If you have shit light, you're going to get shit images.
And that's really part of it. And do I worry about using the 300 f4 as much outside? No. But I do sometimes wish I had the f3.2 of that when I was in certain situations. With the higher end cameras, no, it doesn't matter as much, but that's an f4. If you start really stretching out and you're like, oh, well, I can use a 5.6 and I can, instead of shooting at 8,000 ISO, which would be reasonable at 3.2, and you're doing 2 stops higher than that, 16,000, 32,000, now you're moving into areas where you're just decreasing the quality of your image. So I don't think that a kit lens is going to replace the quality glass just because ISO keeps expanding.
Yep.
I am Tom Hines. Hey, Jared, Steven, John, Noah, and everybody loves Todd. I'm watching LR3030 daily, which you guys can check out Lightroom 30 for 30 over at FroKnowsPhoto.com/LR3030.
Halfway
By
done.
this point, there's over 15 of... Well,
Yeah, more than halfway done.
yes, Todd?
Hey, Jared, I just wanted to make sure everything was all right with the Lightroom 30 for 30. I mean, I always hear you guys talking about me on the podcast, and I just want to let you know that I don't really stutter like that for real. All right, goodbye.
Isn't it funny? You were telling me a story that Dan has actual fans. He had a fan. He had somebody ask a
Somebody at
question.
his work asked him if he was the Dan that they talk about.
How
on
did they
RAWtalk.
know?
I have no idea. No
you
idea.
the Dan?
Obviously, when they talk to him, he's like, I don't even really know if that's me. So there,
like, oh,
Dan.
you are Dan.
Dan texted me the other day. He's like, yeah. Hey, asshole. By the way, when I make phone calls for you, I'm going to stutter just the way you do me.
We'll have Dan on one day to sit in the chair so you guys can actually hear him talk.
He told me, he's like, you assholes. He's like, I'm the last one to stutter out of all of you.
Until you're in the hot seat.
Yeah.
LR30 for 30, and I've noticed that you mostly do not sharpen the photos. I thought RAW files are not sharpened by the camera itself. Is sharpening recommended, or are today's cameras and lenses so good that sharpening is not necessary anymore? Tom from Germany, currently living in New Jersey. Todd for President 2016.
Damn right.
So basically, when you bring that file into Lightroom, it's already applying just a minuscule amount of sharpening.
A general
general basic sharpening.
That Adobe thinks.
That
Basic
Adobe-
bitch.
I personally do not go in and tweak sharpening very much at all anymore. Is it necessary? yeah, you don't want to leave it on nothing. You want a little bit in there, or depending on what you're doing. Even when I print it out, you can't tell much of a difference. I don't like over sharpening, and also I think when I use clarity and contrast and all those things, that is a form of contrast of sharpening.
You're sharpening the
that's being
midtones
thrown
almost.
in there.
Yeah.
So,
and I
me.
sharpen a little bit, only about 50 or 60 I go to, but I usually mask a ton of it out, and I only resharpen like the outer edges that I'm focused on.
That sounds like
part.
too much work for me to do,
It
so
takes
I
2
just
seconds.
don't do it.
That's how I
Danny,
feel about color correction.
what'd he say?
That's how you feel about color correction.
Danny Grobe, hey.
Hey.
Jared, Steven, and Todd. This question is for Todd and Stephen.
Hey.
I'm starting to get my feet wet.
Question
with
number 1 for Dick Talk, episode 3.
I'm starting to get my feet wet with video and was wondering what the best solution would be to record audio as a one-man band. The kind of videos I'd like to make are short films where some action scenes would be involved. What are your guys' thoughts?
I mean, I don't know what his budget is.
Throw out a couple. No budget, medium budget, expensive budget.
Well, you need. Are you gonna just get a shotgun mic and?
I mean,
plug it
shotgun mic would
directly
be
in-
your
the most versatile, probably.
Yeah, probably,
microphone.
but you'd have to be close to your subject
Exactly.
to get sound.
You can get a nice little quick boom, and you can even make it. Get a freaking broomstick and
Yeah,
you have a
exactly.
boom.
I mean, and then that's your one channel. But if you're gonna do 2 people talking, you probably should get something like a juice link or a splitter or some sort to go into.
I personally still think
Camera.
doing it externally on something like a
That's
Zoom,
true, yeah.
like even their H5 is only $250.
What do
which
we
a
have?
Juice Link would probably be about the same. We have the H6, which
So
is their
this 4
flagship
channel,
for the.
4 channel in here.
This is 6 channel altogether.
Yeah, that's
The
good.
H6.
That's nice.
And we have actually an adapter to make it 8 channels if
Yeah.
we wanted to.
Well, Steven does this all the time. If he's just the only guy going out with me on a one-man shoot and there's 2 people in it, he will put the microphones on us and he'll try to get the levels right because he can't really monitor it while he's focusing on the camera. But that is one of the options Steven does as a one-man band already is an external recorder and then syncs it up later.
Well, and the great thing is the Zoom has the built-in preamps and the limiters, so you're not really peaking or anything inside the Zoom itself. So you can be a one-man band at that point. But I do recommend.
And that comes down to, do you want to sync it in post?
Exactly.
So
But
that's a decision you have to make.
It doesn't take that long, and once you get used to it and do it once.
Of course it doesn't, but
Yeah.
some people, they don't like
There's
it.
an
well,
editing
that's
guide
where
that I
you
think
need the
they
juice
can
link or
check out.
something. If you want to go directly into the camera with
Yeah.
multiple audio sources, you can do that.
Yep.
It's just not. It's going to be 2 sources embedded into one.
You can't really edit it at that point.
Right. At that
Yeah.
point, it's baked into the
the
thing.
file.
Good. Is that
Yep.
good?
Yep.
I think so.
Alex Wright 560. Hey Todd and the Fro Squad. Earmuffs. I recently shot a few pub bands, 3 played in one night. I messaged them and I messaged them all and offered to shoot. 2 said yes, and the 3rd replied saying my work was a effing joke
Oh man.
and offered me some weed as payment.
I want some weed if you want. You call me fucking joke.
It's not from me. Come the night of the shoot, the first 2 bands pay me and are happy with everything, and the final one asked why I didn't shoot them and started insulting me. At what point is it okay to stop being professional and check the effers? What would you do? Alex Wright from Australia. Well, first off, what I would do is take out my knife and I'd be like, you insult me? This is a knife.
You little kangaroo, some bitches.
I invite Bindi over first.
First, I'll get Steve Irwin and the barb.
I'll smack you with a wallaby.
Well, so in all seriousness, I'd pull out my knife. No,
You little crikey
I'd shank
koala.
him.
no. So when he's not, these sound like guys that you would just ignore the hell out of.
Ah, yeah.
Seriously, I thought weed was illegal in Australia, like everything. I guess you can get dirty weed.
Yeah.
I would just ignore these guys. Screw them. Seriously. Do your job. Do what you need to do. Don't waste your time. Unless they're physically being assholes to you, then stand up and be like, you guys suck.
Yeah, keep it moving. Just keep it
You know,
moving.
there's no reason to. These guys are straight negative anyway. They knew that before you even though they offered to pay you in weed. They said your work sucked, yet they still wanted to work with you, so it's
Yeah.
probably not that bad. Screw them. They're not going anywhere. Just keep going.
Keep on
It's
keeping
not
on.
worth
Keep
it.
on keeping on.
Yep.
Pucciarelli.
Is that another code?
Cimarelli. No, it's. Hey, did you guys get my at on Instagram?
Yep.
Yeah,
didn't
I'm not going
respond.
to Cimarelli.
Hey, when is the marketing website guide coming out? Love the show. P.S. Hashtag shut up, Joe.
Which one?
Can we check in with Dan about the Squarespace thing?
The marketing guy.
Yeah, Dan. Yeah, let me give him a ring. Hey, yeah, Dan. It's Jared. He's really pissed off at you. He wants to know what's up with the Squarespace thing. Why you screwed everything up? Yeah. All right. Let me hear.
I just really swamped. I had to go to
Hillary Clinton?
I had to go to Hillary Clinton. I had to go to the food festival, and you know, my girlfriend. I had to take her for coffee, and my cats had babies, and then somebody stole the kittens, and I just had. I'll upload it right now and text you.
All right, so what's going on with that is he finished the 30 for 30. We had to get the Lightroom 30 for 30 out. He's basically done with the Squarespace guide. It is for websites.
I saw it Monday. Yeah, Monday. I saw the whole thing.
Nice.
Looks really good.
Nice. It's 2.5 hours of freeness, and we will be releasing that once the video guide comes out now. The video guide's out. We're going to get the focus going on that, and then we're going to also start to seed out. There's probably 2.5 hours of video. If you're on the email list, you will get at some point the full guide sent to you in an email list to download. Then we're going to release each individual piece of the guide to get people to sign up for the email list, who then get access to the digital download as well.
So you'll have bite size and you'll have full length.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
KGarth_hello. Oh, it's just KGarth_. Hello, Fro and gang. What are your thoughts on paying a monthly subscription for Adobe Photoshop and Lightroom compared to the buying of the full retail box version? If you'd like to get a free trial of Lightroom, go to FroKnowsPhoto.com/CCLR. So this is so simple if you really think about it. Photoshop back in the day cost upwards of $1,000,
ton, yeah.
or $800, as I may recall.
I think it was 800.
Lightroom used to be $299. Then they started to release it for $149. So then they would release a new update maybe every 18 months to 2 years,
And that
or
was
maybe 24 months.
$99 for the upgrade or something?
Well, even when you upgraded Photoshop, it was still $200 to $300.
That's what I'm saying.
The point of this is right now, they offer you, and this is not a Pluggy McPluggerson, it just maybe disguised as one, I guess. They offer you the Creative Cloud photo bundle is $9.99 a month
Really?
for Photoshop and Lightroom. Full
Photoshop
versions,
and Lightroom.
for full versions of Photoshop and Lightroom.
It was supposed to be a limited time offer for a few months.
But
and
everybody
they kept
That's a great
extending it
deal.
and
Yeah,
extending
that's
it.
really good.
And now it's just, yeah.
Because I wanted to do like $20.
Yep.
And everybody was like, "Are you kidding me? $20? That's $240 a year."
Yeah.
And so for $120 a year, it's still going to be less expensive than picking up a full version of the software. And there's a lot of
Or
people
even upgrading in that year. You know what I mean? When you upgrade, it would cost you You're right. Yeah,
Well, and they
you're
give
right.
you the upgrades throughout the year,
Yeah.
too.
Whenever it happens, we get
Yeah.
updates.
We got dehaze, we got boundary warp this year, and a few other things, too.
All right, so that's that. There is no reason to poo-poo this any longer. If you don't have
Not
it,
at that price point. What's the Creative Cloud
$50
Premiere stuff though?
Premiere stuff is 50. The
$50 a month.
Yeah.
that's for the entire
That's
bundle.
for the production suite.
That's for After
right?
Effects.
or whatever it's called.
Oh, is that for everything?
That's for $50
The
a
full
month for
CC suite.
everything, for the entire CC suite.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
what's that?
Do they even
What's-
do the production package anymore, I wonder?
I don't know. I mean, I never upgraded because I was salty about that.
Well, the full Adobe suite is everything.
Yeah,
everything
that's not
Adobe
so bad,
makes.
I guess.
Yeah.
All right, so I pulled up the website for Creative Cloud or whatever it is. $49.99 a month gets you the entire collection of 20 plus creative desktop and mobile apps, including
Wow.
Photoshop CC and Illustrator CC, your own portfolio, premium fonts, and 20 gigabytes of cloud storage. They even have an $80 a month one. The entire collection of 20 plus that, but also you get something else. But yeah, $49.99 gets you everything that you could ever think of from Adobe.
Because I have the CC package from you, and basically the Creative Cloud Manager comes up, and you can download any of their programs right there in the Creative
There
Cloud
are
Manager.
so many programs.
And usually, yeah, there's a ton to pick from. So I have most of them on my desktop right now, but usually once every 2 or 3 weeks, a new update comes through that manager, and you can just install.
Yeah,
and
to me,
it's
that's the
great.
kicker right there. That nonstop updating is really valuable to me.
Yep.
Cedric Kasich. Hey, Jared and the crew.
John Kasich?
I recently saw your D5 high ISO images picked up by a Chinese newsletter for an article. Okay. My question is, have you, which is fine because I put them for Creative Commons use.
Yeah.
Hopefully they credited, but it's China, so who knows. Chinese newsletter for an article. My question is, have you ever thought about a way of expanding the Fro Nation to China? If yes, how? If no, why? Well, first off, Google is blocked in China. So
it really?
if Google's blocked in China, you're not going to get Fronos and me in China. The only way you can get China is if you're on like a U.S. Army base and you're one of our readers. Well, I don't even think they have an Army base over there. But if you're a tourist, you may be able to get that. But I know from our friends at DJI who have China phones that Google is blocked.
So does that include YouTube and everything?
Yeah, they shut it down. Wow. They shut that stuff down. They also recently took down the entire iTunes store for buying movies because there was a documentary that's going around the circuit that is a film about the... Oh, it sounds really awesome, actually. It's a futuristic take on China being, communist China where there's like thought police, well, but not that.
Yeah.
But it sounds really good. It's an independent film. Maybe I'll go download and watch it on iTunes because I love those ones that's set 50 years in the future and there's language police and all of these other things in China. It could be pretty cool.
Wow.
But that's why they're blocking it.
Well, it's going to happen after Trump gets elected president.
Right. DJ Sincere.
DJ Sincere, I know him.
At Jared Poland. What's up, JPSE?
What up?
T Dub.
Yeah.
And the people with no microphone emoji con? My question is, when did you begin to incorporate apparel into your business? And how did you know that was the right time? Your personal DJ Sincere. Bam, bam. 10 days into launching the website. So on June 10th of 2010, I launched my first t-shirt. The original I Shoot Raw t-shirt in black with no trademark. So if you have the original, it has no TM next to it. It's just the black shirt with just the I Shoot Raw on it. My logo is on the back. How did I know it was
time? I'll
time?
look under my sink where the cleaning products are to see if I still have that.
I thought you had your Fro logo.
Well, I have the
that before
Jared
FroKnowsPhoto?
Poland. I had the Jared
That was
Poland
Jared
logo
Poland. Gotcha.
that I had, and I gave those
your brother
shirts
wears
out.
that shirt
my,
all the time.
My brother still wears that shirt. My
It's like
brother's
his crappy
neighbor,
work gym shirt.
my brother's neighbor still wears that shirt.
That's funny.
And the other day, my brother wore it the other day,
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying.
And Eric, our friend Eric, our electrician Eric, was like, "How do I get one of those?"
He
I'm
wanted
like,
one.
I think all we have are like extra large left.
You still do have
There's
them
a
in
couple
stock.
over there.
Oh, wow.
I still have a couple.
Limited
I used
edition.
to sell those. Maybe I should do a re-release.
Limited edition, yeah.
Re-release of the original JaredPoland.com
Retro.
t-shirts. Noah, make a note now that you're going to run the store. Put Heidi out of job.
Terrible.
It's not really. He's not putting Heidi out of a job.
Is that Heidi calling right now?
Hello, gentlemen. I just wanted to let you know there's going to be some little surprises when you try to move all the shirts. I put some extra DNA samples. You can store all that, you dumbasses. Freaking weirdo Noah taking my job. Screw you, Noah. Goodbye, Jews.
Heidi is
Heidi
not.
sounds nothing like that.
Heidi is not.
Apparently, she sounds like the lady from Monsters, Inc.
And she's
Mike Wazowski. Jared Boland.
married to a Jewish guy. So
Oh, that's funny.
I forget even what the question was. Oh, apparel. Okay, next one. A little known photographer. At Jared Poland, at Stephen Eckert, at I'm Todd Wolf. Hashtag FroKnowsPhoto. When you conceptualize, when you sound out words phonetically, an idea like the video guide, what does your plan of action look like, i.e. time frame, shoot schedule, advertising, etc.? Is this something you have had planned months and months ago? I know Todd has taken forever to edit it. Thanks, Todd.
Yeah, Todd.
Smiley face. Thank you for the 30 for 30. Has helped me push past a creative lull. Keep up the good work, and having Todd on board for RAWtalks has been a great addition.
Damn right.
So go through, honestly, seriously, Todd, the process that we go through for a major project.
Here is the process. Jared calls me, says we should do this. Then he calls me and yells at me, why isn't it done yet? And then he bitches and moans for some more. No,
Sounds about right.
we oh, geez. When did...
You and I sat here and wrote up the FroKnowsPhoto Guide to Video Editing. We did all of the...
Yeah.
Actually, it started all the way back with the FroKnowsPhoto Guide to DSLR Video.
Yeah.
Was the first fully really organized shoot that we did.
Yeah. I mean, the flash guide was bullet points that you and Adam did, and
Terribly.
then I told you never again, and then we sat down and did that. And I'll be honest, I called up a friend of mine.
Hello, Todd. Yeah.
Me and Dan actually sat down and wrote a lot of the edit guide and the DSLR guide. I went through a lot of stuff with him, and then I mean, you just create the sections and the pieces and the parts, and then you got to really just look at your script and then schedule it out. And we've done these a couple times. I know that I've got to account, for breakdowns. And I mean, well, your breaking down gear and setting up, as well as Jared's breakdowns. And then I have to, have time allotted for temper tantrums. And then I have to have time allotted for
basically a whole extra
sushi.
week of shooting time.
But no, it's
So that's the pre-production stuff.
Yeah.
But I also have to work on my end where it comes down to setting up sales pages and
Business side.
ideas
Yeah.
for how to market it, and then then there's the actual putting the files where they need to be so that they can be downloaded. Then working with the designers and the coders, and then the processing companies to make sure everything is integrated and talking together. We ran through. It takes time. Even though the guide was done and fully edited, I still had to then. Todd had to compress it. I had to zip it and get it up to the servers. I had to test everything. Then we had to get all the pages to talk to each other. Then you have to do this and that, and you have to work. There's a lot of moving parts. So it is
All
a
the
long
ancillary
term
videos leading up to the launch.
right. All those extra videos.
Yeah.
So that's all marketing and branding and the extra stuff. So there's a lot of work that goes into this.
I think he was asking like a time frame, like how long things take. Was he asking that? It seems
No, I don't
like.
think she. Well, a little known photographer. We don't know if that's a guy or a girl.
Yeah, I mean, I think we took probably about a month or so.
Time frame.
to
prep
write it out, prep it. Maybe a week to 10 days to shoot.
Yeah,
I think 10 days was the DSLR guide. I think this one might have been about 9
was like
days, 8 or 9 days. We added another day, and then post 6 to 9 months. I mean, it almost took like nearly a year for the edit guide.
It's a huge
and
project.
Then once I delivered it, it probably took maybe another month to get everything else in order. Then all the pages, everything you're talking about, all that back end nerd stuff that you talk about.
Yep.
So.
It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so again, and what's crazy about it is when we were shooting the commercials for it that I realized like this has been years in the making to have both of these guides
Wrap
out,
it up, yeah.
so you could take advantage of both. So it's pretty monumental.
Ilabrosi. Hey, Fro and Todd. Oh, yeah. Hey, Steven. I just hooked up.
You.
I just hooked up with Squarespace. Thank you for that. What is the most important thing about a website? Portfolio, logo, flow, etc. First website for me. Thanks for your help. And can I have your bag? Yellow thumbs up, squinty eyes with tongue emojicon, and light brown peace sign hands, fingers. No, you can't have my bag. You could buy it in the store at store.FroKnowsPhoto.com. Most important thing on your website, your first website, is quality work. Lead with your quality work, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's
then
true.
That's where I'll leave it. Julie K. Lively. Hi, gentlemen. I use the term loosely. Crying, laughing emojicon. I am a proud
Oh,
female.
you're laughing and crying at that because I thought it was stupid.
I'm a proud female listener. I stumbled upon you guys while trying to figure out how to use my new camera and haven't stopped listening.
Well, when did she have time to do that? Wasn't she cooking or cleaning?
I look forward to RAWtalk every week. My favorite times are when at Jared Poland rants and when Todd calls at Jared Poland out for being a pretentious douchebag. Laughing with water running out, laughing with water running out, laughing
Is it
with
water or blood running out of you?
Julie from Indiana. Well, thanks for those backhanded compliments, Julie.
I love how it translates all the emojis.
Now get back to baking.
Whoa. That's not
Uncalled
funny
for.
when you say that.
McCarrigan Photos. Hi, guys. No question, but you talked about your Microsoft Surface Pro and Lightroom. I just got a 2-in-1 laptop that flips over to a tablet. In the bottom left corner of Lightroom, in the Develop module, there's a little button of a finger pointing at a spot. This button will turn full-blown Lightroom into Lightroom Mobile to work on it more finger-friendly. Love the show.
Oh, wow.
I'm curious if that's Lightroom. You'll try that because you have it at home right now.
You're saying Lightroom Mobile?
I'm wondering
or-
if it's Lightroom Mobile or full Lightroom just mobilized.
Gotcha.
So we need to try that out.
Yeah.
Meehan Photography. Do you feel that focusing on YouTube and building your brand has hurt your photography at all? If tomorrow you had to go back to being a full-time working photographer, would it be difficult? Well, first I'd have to return my Porsche.
Beat me to it.
I beat you to it. No, because I would do what I need to do to be successful. I would crush it. Not happily. I like what I do. I like what we have right here. Has it hurt my photography? No, hasn't hurt my photography. I
think with what you do, it probably focuses you more on what's really important about taking pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So no, I don't think it's hurt it. And if I had to go back full time, yeah, would it be difficult? It's always a struggle to be successful at something, but I'd make it happen. That's just how I am. I'd make it happen.
Yeah.
It's always hard to show up at bar mitzvahs in my Porsche.
Headless Geek. Hey, Jared, Steven, and Todd. I was wondering if any of you was nervous. Okay, it says was. If any of you were nervous on your first big shoot, and if you was, how, and if you were, how did you overcome it? I was a betting man. Todd probably pictured them in their underwear. P.S. Joe, how's it working with the fro? Shut up, Joe. Love the content. Keep up the great work, guys. Nervous for my shoot. So it's like anything. I'll get nervous. But as soon as I start doing my job,
Then I'm crushing it.
then I'm great.
And then as soon as I say I'm crushing it, it all falls to shit.
No, at that point I'm really ready to roll.
Yeah.
And it feels great to be out there and shoot. Same thing. Before I go on stage to speak, I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? Well, not oh my God, what do I do? But just I'm like, all right, I'm a little tense. I got to pee. I'm talking a lot. I'm joking with people because that's my nervous thing. And then I get up on stage and I'm like, let's do it. And it all just goes away.
And I think it depends what type of person you are. If you're super confident in everything you do.
Well, I think an easy way to get over that is just have things planned out. Pre-production, you'll still be nervous no matter what.
Yeah.
But if you've got a plan going into it, all's well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I'm the type of person that always thinks like the worst possible scenario.
Oh, I know.
What if this happens? Like I need to be prepared for it.
What if there's aliens, Jared, during
You
our
never
shoot?
know.
What's going
We
to
need to
happen?
be prepared.
Did
We
you
need to
check
bring
the
the laser with
astrological
us,
signs
too.
to make sure that there's nothing wrong that day?
Ponderosa King. Hey, Jared, are you still considering releasing some kind of app in the future? Colin Santee, US of A. The answer is yes. I'm working on some kind of app.
So am I.
And
Leave it
that's
at that.
where we'll leave it.
I have an app. Shoot everything at 12,800.
That's funny. It's called #Todd.
It's called
Hashtag noise.
raingrain.com.
Rain grain.
Trademark.
TM.
James, my question is for Todd. Oh. How do you deal with your erectile dysfunction at your fragile old age?
Whoa.
Best question of the day.
I'm slowly coming to the realization I'm going to be your age in 30-odd years and would be good to get some tips early
Are you
on.
3
Cheers.
right now? Are you 3 years old? Is that what you're telling me? Don't worry about my junk. Functioning well. I tested it at 8:30 this morning.
Just got some more storage.
Yep, I got some storage I'm going to send you, by the way. Congratulations.
All right. And
Don't worry about that damp envelope.
Oh. Don't lick the stamp. Did you know that was an actual thing in the 80s that they had to, in school, tell us kids, if you see stamps, don't lick them because there was LSD going around?
Yeah.
Nice.
And I once did find a whole thing of stamps on the street.
Were you tripping
and I
balls?
freaking licked
You were
every one of them.
tripping balls.
No, they were like 5-cent stamps because they had like Eisenhower on it, if I recall. But they remember the flavor. It was a really good flavor.
There's nothing good about that.
I loved it.
The flavor.
Of the glue, it tasted great.
I worked in the mailroom at an office, and we used to just have a little wet thing. Put the stamps on, wet it, stamp it. It was terrible.
So do you have like licking envelopes too to seal them shut?
I used to.
It's
They
like
don't
the same
taste
type
good
of
anymore.
glue, isn't it?
Yeah,
You
I
ever
just
get-
don't want tongue
You
cuts
ever get the paper cut?
on the tongue. Yeah, that hurts. All right, it's so that's flying solo. So thank you guys for putting them in. We'll do more of those in the future. It's time for the Wheel of Fro time.
It is time.
So I go around the wheel and talk about it first,
That's what you do.
and then we
Usually.
spin it for one of these people.
Yep.
And then we do memes.
Well, we got memes, and we do have a
Wheel of Fro
song
submission?
today. We have a song
Ooh,
today.
it's been a while.
Yeah.
All right, we have a question mark. Oh, by the way, I didn't get to update the stuff.
I can see.
Noah's
Yeah.
going to work on it, I think.
3 weeks in the making.
then
No,
I'm gonna
make a
print it.
note to make a note that you made a note the other week and last week and
Clearly-
you forgot that note.
Nobody's making notes.
Yeah.
borrowlenses.com/fro. We've got Fro Prize. You can get my new video guide. Go to FroKnowsPhoto.com/video-editing-guide. Don't forget the code is launch, all capital letters. What is that code one more time?
Launch!
Capitals, all launch. Capital launch to get $50 off for the first 2 weeks. That's going to take it from $197 to $147, and it's well worth it to feed Todd's daughter.
Yep.
Or don't use the code if you want to feed Todd's daughter extra. Squarespace.com/fro. We've got that guide coming out soon on websites and marketing. I can't wait for that.
Great guide.
It's coming soon.
Steven Spin again. We've got VideoBlocks.com/go/fro. VideoBlocks, where you can find 360 video that you can download in stereoscopics, whatever. And
Stereoscopic.
it's $3.99 if you need that stuff. But don't forget that VideoBlocks and AudioBlocks is the stuff that we use. The song's coming from AudioBlocks. Was there any VideoBlocks used in the 5-minute portrait?
No video
Sorry,
blocks, just
the
a
Nikon
ton of
D500?
audio blocks.
The D5.
D5. Yep.
All right, we've got Rode Microphone. They want us to come to Australia. If you want us to come to Australia, please at Rode Mics or whatever it is on Twitter, and make sure that you hashtag you at FroKnowsPhoto and hashtag like bring Fro to Australia.
Hashtag knife.
Bindi Irwin. Kessler Crane. KesslerCrane.com/fro. And Fro10 gets you 10% off some good goodies.
Yes, sir.
Some good goodies.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get into the new place so that we can break out the Kessler Pocket Jib Pro.
Have
Yep.
it always set up.
It's not so pockety because it will not fit into your pocket unless you're Rumpelstiltskins.
It'll mess up your pockets just like your gum.
Like my gum and hair pick. I got it. We've got the Spin Again and the Epson printer. I didn't make a printout for that
That's
yet.
weird.
Weird.
need
If you
to
had
do
a
that.
printer, you
Weird.
could print it. But
I could
it's
print it on my
crazy.
Epson P600
You
because that's
could.
if it
Yeah.
lands on there, somebody is winning the Epson P600 valued at $749. Thank Epson for letting us put that on the wheel with whatever their Twitter is and say Fro sent me to say thank you. Just do it, please.
That's a big deal.
What's that say? Adorama-Pix.
Amazon, apparently.
AdoramaPix.com. We don't have a new code yet. I need to Noah make a note to get a new code for Amazon for AdoramaPix so we can get a new code. All right, so AdoramAPix.com. That's where we get Illuminized prints. I absolutely love the Illuminized prints, so get them. Fro Prize. Go to store.FroKnowsPhoto.com to pick up my Think Tank bag. Oh, look, Think Tank bag is right after that.
That's weird.
So check out Think Tank. We've got one in the background that's been here the whole show.
Yep.
It's the 53-inch tall. They call it the 50, but it's 53 inches tall. AudioBlocks.com/go/fro. Steven uses that all the time. Even the new D5 Real World Review has a ton of that. You're listening to one of those. That's where we get all of the photo news music each and every week. Go to audioblocks.com/go/fro to get your free trial of AudioBlocks, because if you are video editing or editing video, buy our guide first, then get a special offer for VideoBlocks and AudioBlocks inside. It's special just for you guys.
Just for the guide.
Hoya, Rode microphones. Todd said Hoya. Rode microphones, again, we use them each and every week. I still use the Video Mic Me on my
the time,
phone.
yeah.
We've got Lexar, the official card of RAWtalk. We've got the Micro SD. We've got the XQD. We've got the Compact
SD.
Flash. We have the SD. We have some other
CFast.
jump drives. We have the CFast from them. They have a lot of cards. If you have a D500, you're going to need XQD. You should buy the ones from Lexar. I use the 128s and the 64s. You don't really need the 128s unless you're doing a lot of 4K footage. But with the 64 gigs, you're getting 1,300 shots in RAW.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty insane. Question mark and back time. Time to spin, and then we'll pick a name, and then we'll get to the other stuff.
Let's do it.
Hold on.
I just remembered we have a song.
All right, so today we actually have a song, and we got a letter with this song. Hi, Jared, Todd, and Steven.
Hey.
My name is Kylie Alfred. I'm from Ontario, Canada, and I love your podcast. My boyfriend and I listen to it every day in the car. We love Taco Bell Becky, as well as Jared singing. Here's me singing my Spin That Wheel song. I hope you enjoy. Smiley face. This is Kylie's song.
Hello, Fro, can you hear me? I was wondering if you would spin that wheel for me.
Oh, I can hear you.
So I could win
Do you guys have an extra
some
spot? In your
free
bed?
stuff. I'm asking you, please.
Oh, I hope there's a. Here it is.
Can you send me some free stuff and spin that wheel 1,000 times? I'm asking you, please.
That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
She's good.
That's pretty good.
That was really good. Yeah.
So how old are you and your boyfriend? You guys need some private time?
Creepy.
Some photos taken?
Can you send me some private photos?
Yeah, hey.
Send
All
them to creepy RAWtalk.
What time is it? What time is it, Todd?
It is spin that wheel time. That's what you get for being creepy.
Hello, Fro. Can you hear me? I was wondering if you would spin that wheel.
Around and around it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. The Wheel of Fro is about to stop on a wonderful prize for a person that I haven't picked yet. It's about to stop on Epson. Nope. Adorama Picks. I made sure I got it right that time. Adorama Picks, congratulations to somebody that's going to be popping up on the screen at some point. It's just right here. Congratulations to you, and if you're at home listening to the audio only, Steven's voiceover is coming in right now.
At Julie K. Lively.
Congratulations to that person.
That's my favorite part.
For winning-
Steven's voiceovers is my favorite.
For winning free stuff from Adorama Picks. I'm probably going to get you a bunch of free credit or some free prints or some free books or whatever the hell it is.
That's
but if
awesome.
you want them, I do the books. Oh, and the prints at like $1.99 for 8x10s or 8x12s. And sometimes they do 99-cent 8x10s. Get on their email list. Get on their Twitter because they're always giving out
Sales
discounts
all
and
the time.
deals.
Yep.
So go ahead and do that. Is it time to get to the memes?
I think it is.
All right, Todd, what's this first one and who's it from?
All right, the first one we have is from Dan Lindsay. It's called Plug.
Oh my God, that brings back memories. Oh, that is tremendous. That is the reason I started working out again right after I made that video, which I live spreecasted and had 80 people watching me dance live.
God,
What
you're
you
so
should have
pale.
done is open those blinds and let some sun in.
Yeah, seriously.
Because those vampire legs are amazing.
As white as the text on the screen.
That loft, guys. That
we were there for
loft-
what, a year?
1 year.
We were there for a party. Your birthday party?
Yeah,
what was
me
that?
and Dan were just talking about
Illinois
that party.
played,
We
yeah.
were trying to figure out if Jared was gay. Is he gay? I don't know.
That night, I had a girl stay with me for my birthday.
She just slept though, right?
I mean,
I mean, yes.
this is funny. All right, thanks, Todd. This is really awesome. I like this one a lot. Let's see what the next one is. All right, next one. Who's that from?
That one's from Daniel Shuttlewood.
Excuse me, guys. Just creating some more DNA storage.
Look at that face.
I know.
Shut up, guys.
Those reaction faces.
Why
man.
are we making fun of me? Where can people submit these?
Singwheelofro@gmail.com that we should probably change now.
No, it's always going to be that.
All right, here we go.
Next.
This is from John Hosazak, which is unbelievable. This is the FroKnowsPhoto porn guide.
I was like, what? Did somebody just send in a joke of just the guide is there? And
But
it's
look
just
how
the
he
guide
moved your
too?
hand.
Oh my God, he moved my hand. He moved my hand.
And by the way, everything you're watching on that screen looks really hairy, so I'm thinking it's men.
You thinking it's bears on bears?
I think it's bear hub.
The guide to making more DNA storage.
Contact this guy because maybe he could make us some other logos. Ask him.
I don't
because
know. I don't.
He did
I
a
don't
good
know
job
how
moving
he
your hand.
Fixed that. Like
I wish that hand was in motion.
that's what I was thinking. I wish
It was a GIF.
the stuff on the screen was moving, and I wish his hand was moving.
Todd, send him a message and ask him how he did this because if he could just rearrange our AI files, we don't need to work with the other guy anymore.
I mean, how didn't have the AI file?
No, he didn't. He had just the file.
well,
I'm
he
curious
cut,
how he did it.
I don't know. Send him a message.
Me too.
Noah,
Right.
send him a message.
No, that's your job.
That
Next.
is not my job.
What is this, Todd?
It's this is from Maxwell
The hell is
Landis,
this?
and it's called the All-Consuming Fro. Not really sure what's happening here.
My hair's consuming everything.
It may be the video you're watching in the other GIF.
All right, next. Go ahead.
This one's from Nathan Zaramowski about Stephen and Barack Obama being the same person.
Steven has been Barack this whole time, which explains why he was out of focus so no one would notice.
That's funny. And they cut in the Rode microphone.
That is funny.
Oh, yeah, it is. Look at
Same
that.
exact expression.
That's funny. Next. Oh, gee.
I'll read this one. I don't always drive a Porsche, but when I do, I make sure I have one for every day of the week, plus a spare just in case. Hashtag pretentious douchebag moment.
He's eating apples, a crate of apples.
Oh, he does have
He has
apples.
apples.
That's really good. I like that one.
And your logo's on the first Porsche. Look at the skin tone difference between his face and the guy's real hand.
Oh.
Day and night.
All right, next.
This one's from Sadiq Rahman.
From Pakistan.
Got my DNA in the cup. Let's store some photos.
Nice. Next.
Next one's a video. Make it big.
It's like South Park style.
Why does it look so much like me, though?
You better keep my daughter's sweet, sweet titties out of your mouth. And don't you talk about my Lord and Savior, Jesus Trump. About you.
Look at the overalls.
I know.
Oh, that is Todd. Those are Todd's eyes.
Those are my overalls, too.
Next. Another video?
That's funny.
Yep.
The world has 5 billion curves. Go for them all. The new Boxster Spider. Unfiltered.
Oh, that was great. I'm buying another
Oh, it's still going. I hope this is audio thoughts.
Oh my God.
There you go.
Damn. Is there more? Are there more?
That was it.
Oh, that was really good.
Oh, man.
This is tough this week.
Yeah.
Pick a
Yeah.
winner. Phew.
The Porsche one was good, obviously.
I still love
And
the
that Meredith one was just weird, but I was like, that was weird.
I don't think the Merideth one is the best.
No.
I still like the original. Anything else I can plug is really funny.
I think the FroKnowsPhoto guide to video editing.
The edit guide remake is unbelievable.
pretty.
So you want to give a couple of different guides to a couple of different people?
I feel like there's multiple winners this week. Yeah.
All right. So we'll do that. Do you want to say which ones, or you just want us to just pop it up on the screen?
You're getting a guide. You're getting a guide. You're getting a guide. You're getting a guide. I don't know.
That's what Todd says when he goes out at night. You're getting a guy. You're getting a guy. You're getting a guy.
I think we should pick one now.
All right, yeah, let's pick one. How about we can each pick one?
Okay.
Each one of us.
That works.
All right, you pick yours, Steven.
I am gonna go with the last one, that Porsche one.
That's a good one.
That's
All
a
right.
great one.
So he gets a guide. That's Patrick Harrison.
Well, Patrick Harrison also did the one with the other Porsches too.
Did he?
So he did. Well, yeah, his name's Patrick Harrison right there.
Yeah. There's
Oh, he did. There's
two, a
Pretentious
video and
douchebag
a
moment.
GIF.
I'm picking Dan Lindsay. Screw it.
Which one's that? Oh, the plug.
That's the first
plug.
one.
I
I figured
like
you would
that
pick
a
that
lot.
one. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
good too. I like that too.
And I'm gonna go with Jan Hosenzak with the FroKnowsPhoto porn guide.
That's good. That's funny. So you three guys, we're gonna see what guide you would like, and Noah will take care of that. So be on the lookout for Noah email, and we will be contacting you because we have your email addresses. So that's how we get in touch with the winners, and that
And
is
we can hack the camera on your laptop.
and that is pretty much that right there. So yeah, man.
Good memes this week. That
Very
was
good. If you want to
was a good
submit your
laugh.
own, you can send them to singwheelofFro@gmail.com.
Yes, sir.
That's where we get those memes from. And if you want to send in music, that's great too for the Wheel of Fro. We love seeing those, but these memes are funny, and you guys are being super creative.
Yeah, they're freaking awesome.
Yeah.
They're a lot of fun.
Takes a lot of time too for some
Yep.
of those.
I like just seeing the singing and the memes and the private pictures people send me.
Yeah, because people do. No, they don't send in private. Well, I don't check that email box.
I mean, it's a lot of dick pics, but it's cool.
And they so happen to be yours.
Well, that too, but just so Noah can see him when he looks. I think I'm going to send dick pics just to Noah.
People keep sending these baby carrot pictures in.
All right, guys. So you can get all the photo news stories and more over at FroKnowsPhoto.com/RAWtalk-181. A big thank you to this week's sponsor, VideoBlocks.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget about the video guide is out at FroKnowsPhoto.com/video-editing-guide. And for the first 2 weeks, if you use the code Launch, capital LAUNCH, you're going to get an extra $50 off at launch.
That's great.
Use the code LAUNCH. We spent a lot of time on that guide. It is well worth it to go ahead and do that. What kind of hashtag did we have this week?
Fro edit guide.
Yeah, let us know that you got to the end of this by saying hashtag Fro Edit Guide.
Fro video edit guide.
Video
Fro
editing
edit guide.
guide?
Fro editing guide?
Question mark?
One of just something along those lines, and then make up some other hashtag that you absolutely like from this week's show, and go ahead and send it in on the
Yeah,
Twitter or
go to
the
town.
Facebook
Yeah.
or the Instagram or the YouTube or the Snapchat, whatever you want to do. I love when you guys Snapchat me random funny scenes from the show because I watch them. My Snapchat is FroKnowsPhoto, so if you're watching the show, send me a bunch of snaps from funny parts.
Send them dick pics.
The parts that you like in the show, and that would be great. That has happened.
I know.
It happened when I said, "This is what I'm eating for dinner. What are you eating?"
Kudos to that guy.
So that
Or
is going to
girl.
be end of the show. Thank you guys very much for watching. Jared Poland, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.
Hello, Fro. Can you hear me? I was wondering if you would spin that wheel for me so I could win some free stuff. I'm asking you, please. Can you send me some free stuff and spin that wheel 1,000 times? I'm asking you, please.